Okay, hello everybody. So this is my second time in Brno, and I really love this city. But this is the first time for me in a tech event like this. So I think it's kind of exciting. So typically I work in sales, so I know some people don't like that. But with me, I also have Christoph Görn, that is a very experienced engineer.
I'm a product manager.
Product manager.
Product manager.
Cool. Good. Anyway,
What?
so my name is Johan Robinson. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, so pardon my English. And typically on a day-to-day basis, I work in sales, as I said, with AI and managed cloud services at Red Hat. And today, believe it or not, we're going to talk about AI.
We are missing Myriam. So if you guys read the documentation, as you always do, we are missing Myriam. She unfortunately didn't make it. So if anybody is interested in talking about AI on the edge, join us. Please. Nobody? Shit.
Yeah, so we said we're going to improvise a bit.
Yeah, oh, yes,
and now
yes.
without Myriam, we're going to improvise even more. Okay. So speaking about improvising, so these slides, Christoph, how did we get to these slides?
AI. So I think a script read the whole schedule of DevConf and generated some nice clusters of things. Then we used a little bit of ChatGPT and a little bit of Google Slide Magic, and now we have slides. So maybe if you have been here a few years ago, there was some slide deck karaoke thing happening. That's like this. We just have a look at the next slide, and then we're going to improvise on it. I think that's good enough. We don't have that many pictures. So ChatGPT is bad at pictures. Pardon us. But we try to reach out to all the other guys, which will have talks. They are all over the place, and try to guide you a little bit through the AI track of this conference. So let's see. Improvise.
All right. Exploring artificial intelligence, an overview. So maybe you've heard about AI, and I think the interesting thing about AI is that it has been there for many, many years. This is nothing new, and I think all of you know that. It's like reading the Bible for the Pope, right? But this has kind of exploded the last couple of years. And there are several reasons to that. One thing is that we now have the right hardware to do these kind of things. A lot of experimentation has been going on, and people now start to figure out and understand what kind of tools they're going to use. We're also finding the ways of how to work with AI in general. What happened now a couple of years back was that, if you remember OpenAI, they released their GPT model. And this really, really took off with large language models. And after that, we've seen a lot of these guys releasing their models, like Llama from Meta and Granite from IBM and all of these kind of guys, Mistral. And it's now a big competition out there to win this market. And what's interesting with the LLMs is that this is something that also really resonates with the big crowd in general. And that it's the perception of that is what is really making applications intelligent, and they're working more like a human brain, or the perception of interacting with the human, right? So this is I think this is the big thing that happened, and what's really interesting to see here as well is the power of open source in terms of this. So we first saw that OpenAI opened up a little bit, and then we have seen the other guys coming after as well. And I think what Meta and these guys have realized that this is the way to compete, basically, to be able to get enough resources in and the right kind of traction and to people to accept and adopt their models, they have to open source it basically. So that's what we see. All right. So with this, we have, what's his name again?
Shrey.
Shrey.
I think it's Shrey.
Hi, Shrey.
Shrey.
So Shrey is going to give us a little bit, going even deeper into this, the history of language models, the evolution and the frameworks and development around it. Good.
And so the slides are on the website, right? So you download, and you need to click on that Delve link. There's that word Delve. There's a link. It's a very interesting paper about the word Delve itself. Trey, I don't know if you talk about it, but it seems that you can identify AI-generated words, texts, by finding the word Delve. Nobody is saying it. I'm not a native speaker. I'm definitely not saying it. My friends from New England, do you say delve into something? No. Okay. So nobody says it. So if you see the word delve, it's AI generated, full stop. Robust? I didn't see that. Yeah. Well, maybe my ChatGPT is different than your ChatGPT. I don't know. So, Shrey, have fun with that. What's next? Next slide?
I think so.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, yes. That's also good. It's AI is everywhere. That's what Johan basically said. And that is what we see day in, day out. So even though we are not wearing red shirts today on this stage, we are not representing Red Hat, we have a lot of experience with our customers, right? So we see that AI is everywhere. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Make up yourself. Create an opinion on your own. But there's a few very interesting aspects on that one, right? If you look for the, somebody should have give us a pointer, right? Like a laser pointer. Yes. Sorry to the person who offered it to us. You did? Thank you. So, ensuring fairness in autonomous vehicles cooperating with each other. That's a very interesting topic. It's I don't know if the talk will be very technical or not. Let's see. But I think that is where AI is going. It will be everywhere. Nice from a technical point of view. We can put it everywhere. But it also has effects everywhere. So very interesting to have a look at that stuff. Healthcare might be also a little bit interesting. What we call it, sector, where AI is popping up. Red Hat has been doing that for quite some years now with the CRIS project, where we basically started looking at X-ray images and trying to figure out, using some fancy AI, trying to figure out what is the diagnosis for this and that image. Also interesting. Fraud detection in financial sector, that is obvious. Everybody received a mail like, you have been logging into your bank account. Please double check. That is most often AI, or some transactions have been revoked for whatever reason. AI decided that. So also very interesting. So it's really everywhere, and we need to think about it a little bit. And there was a lot first-timers here. So who of you guys is in software engineering somehow? Okay, interesting. Interesting. You will be affected by AI. I guess you know that by now, but just to make it very clear, you will be affected by AI. Maybe you have had that fancy Visual Studio Code GitHub Copilot plugin, which is writing a lot of my code. Maybe you have seen it too. So that is a nice thing. It is doing a lot. Daniel, I think you tried to do it with Rust, which is not really working out. I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't like Rust. But take it a level higher will be very interesting. There's a talk on rapid prototyping with all that stuff. So if AI is creating our test cases and the tests and the code itself, rapid prototyping might be the next thing that is interesting and save us somehow, maybe. So have a look at that talk also. Other interesting things? No. just keep in mind, every sector will be affected. All the software engineers will be affected. And all the operations people will be affected. So our next topic is edge. Is anybody volunteering to talk about edge? No, really not?
Anyone?
Yes. So AI on the edge is happening? That's okay. Yeah, that's what we also think. And obviously, again, speaking from our Red Hat background and experience, obviously we are not the ones creating models, but our customers do create these models. So we are also looking into, no, we are first and foremost looking into topics like operating these things on the edge, whatever the edge is. For some people, this is the edge. For other people, these I don't know, 5G things on the streets are the edge. For some people, a single node server is the edge. All these devices are very interesting, at least to us as Red Hat, because A, they run AI workloads. They need to be integrated in the management infrastructure. And all these smart devices out there want to talk to their home, their mothership, and need to send data, which is analyzed. So again, coming back to these autonomous vehicles, that is part of the edge. Even though they are moving and they have some sharp edges, that is edge from our point of view. Have a look at that again.
Yeah, I think it's multifaceted, Christoph. I mean, it's about, you have in the edge, you have the actual data that you want to monitor. There's a lot of metrics you want to collect. There's the data that you want to train on typically, and take make your conclusions out of. So a lot of the things around edge is not. I mean, it's the natural way or the natural where the AI wants to be. However, with edge, there are a lot of challenges in terms of it's typically many times a disconnected environment, or it's a very you don't have the same quality on the network, and there is also about the security, the peripheral security, and also the life cycle of the edge in itself, or the model in the edge, etc., etc. So it's more about that as well.
And a few of the challenges, I don't know if you have played around with machine learning models yourself, large language models, for example. If you're going to put them on your computer, they're going to eat up something like 5 million gigabytes of memory and disk and stuff like that. So they are huge. That's what I'm saying. I'm not always good at numbers. Really implementing these kind of things on tiny devices, on cars, is very, very challenging, at least for us and our customers. And by the way, when you look up there's sometimes something like but or an and with multiple same letters. That is something that AI is not doing. That is actually a little bit of human input that has gone into this presentation, right? So that but is really interesting, right? Because sometimes, and that's I think Mo is doing that talk on smells like fear of missing out. That is what it sometimes is. Oh, okay. You are doing the talk. Nice. If you can improvise stuff, that's good enough, I guess. You can make a keynote also. So nice. So smells like AI, fear of missing out. That's exactly it. Sometimes we're sitting there with people, let's call them like that, and it is like, oh, you need to do something on the edge with AI. Oh, nice, you got buzzwords. Feels like fear of missing out. And then there is another interesting talk. Can't remember who's going to do that. Open source will save us. That's a good attitude. Who's doing that talk? You?
You again.
Well, so it's basically just Radek, you, and us for the whole. Okay, that's good. So that's another interesting aspect, right? If you're talking about AI, We talked about that it will be everywhere, in every sector, taking important decision, important to the lives of some people. Hopefully open source will save us and not the Cyberdyne Systems fellas, right? That's Edge. So still, you're welcome to talk about Edge to us. We can learn. We are missing Myriam. Future trends. We improvise? You talk, I talk? You can start. I can start, okay. Yeah, again, a little bit about our background, the daily work that we see at Red Hat. We've seen there's a lot of first-timers and a lot of software engineers over here. AI will influence you, that's for sure. Any operations people out here? One? Oh, okay, more than one. Nice. So there will be challenges for you too. I don't know if AI is going to take over your jobs in the next 5 months. But, well, we can be pretty sure, right? Will not happen. But operating machine learning models is very interesting. Because right now the notion is more like, yeah, there's data scientists, super fancy people, they know a lot, and they create machine learning models. But if you think a little bit further, that's what Johan also said. In the end, it is just a piece of software. It's a software system that you guys need to keep alive and run somehow, so that maybe that glitter of the AI people will go away, hopefully, so that we don't need to stand here and have keynotes, right?
I think AI to me is just the natural evolution of application development. So it's still applications, but now we make the applications intelligent or more intelligent. Mm-hmm. So in terms of MLOps, to me that as well is very similar to DevOps, and a lot of people have gone through that kind of race. From the operations point of view, you really need to be there and support these guys. And from the data science point of view, you have to be there and understand how you can interact with the operations side of things. What's really interesting in this as well is this is the time where everybody comes together if you do it right. So you have the operations, you have the data scientists, and then you have the developers as well, because you have to tie it all together into one, in best worlds, one single platform for everything, and also to productize and make your models into useful applications. You have to work together with the developers as well. And that's something that I said in the beginning, it has been a lot of experimentation for many years, but now it's time to get the act together and actually, cooperate together and work in that way.
Yes.
Did it make sense, Christoph?
Yeah, somehow. Not worse than ChatGPT,
no.
obviously. So we have picked like 2 talks which seem to be very interesting. Is it Mo? Are you doing that talk on MLOps too? No. Okay. So whoever's doing the talk on managing MLOps at scale, very interesting thing. Head out, learn a little bit about the future of operations. Same for that AI-powered testing of things. Again, software engineering, testing. We figured out they're going to write the test cases. They're going to do the prototyping, the AI agents, right? And now they're going to do all the testing for us. That's good. Feels like what can go wrong? And taking it into a different direction, let's talk a little bit about maybe the ethical aspects, the governance aspects, right? If AI models take decisions on credit approval or something, that might influence lives. I'm pretty sure all you guys know that not only useful things can be controlled by AI, but also deadly weapons can be controlled. So let's think about that a little bit. Some person is giving a talk on guardrailing AI. So that's me, exactly, Marcel, thank you. So let's see, it's completely ChatGPT generated, so join me. So thinking about the trends, about the areas where breakthrough might happen, this is our set, right? Anything else? Did we miss something? No. Feels
We
good.
did, but keep
What?
going.
Keep going. Okay. Good. Ah, that's a summary. That's good.
Yeah, I think that's good because then we're kind of on time as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so how can we summarize this, Christoph?
I think we can summarize it as there's a bright future. There's a lot of work for all of us to do. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
It might not be bright.
Exactly. I think as well, I've been in the IT, you may not believe it, but I've been in the IT industry now for almost 30 years. And during all these 30 years, I've seen these hypes come and go. And these buzzwords come and go. Some of them just die after a while. They disappear. Some of them, they happen. But afterwards, you don't really realize they really happened. You kind of forget about it. I think AI is one of the things that is a real hype. It's going to be here forever. It's going to be integrated into your lives, into your brains, into your future. So, as I said, it's the evolution of application development, making the applications more intelligent if you make it right. So the important thing here is if you're not caring about AI today, you should start doing that one way or the other. Because you either have to work with AI or support AI or at least take advantage of AI. And a lot of jobs may as well disappear. At the same time, there will be opportunities for other jobs in return. So, yeah, not to make too much fear in that. I think it's a bright future that we're seeing. So that is my end conclusion.
I guess that is exactly the right conclusion. Don't be afraid. They will save us. They them will save us. I think the last sentence on these slides is very interesting, right? Let's take all these people, all the professionals like us. Sometimes we are professionals, right? Sometimes we are enthusiasts. Sometimes we are researchers. Let's come all together and figure out how to do that. It feels like we all need to contribute. Otherwise, if we don't control it, well, if we don't design it as we want it, because we can't control it, there will be a tiny problem. Anything else? No. Any comments from your side? Because we are done basically, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, good. So AI said we are done. Thank you.
Okay, have fun.